That's so weird. Hi everybody, I'm Clean Jelly, and welcome back to my toy box. Today's going to be another episode of Unboxing the Pixlings Series 2. So, a couple housekeeping things to get out of the way first, and then we'll get on to the doll. First thing is, as a reminder, this is an adult channel meant for adult collectors. I do my best to keep this channel family friendly, but it is technically an adult channel. Number two, how I like to do this is separate it into sections. So one is going to be me here talking to you. Two is going to be looking up close at the box and doing the unboxing process, which for these does include a magic reveal, which I will be doing. However, I will be doing it at a 2x speed and just playing some music as we watch it. If you're interested in a detailed breakdown of the individual steps, you can watch any of my earlier Pixlings videos where I separate these into sections. That will be linked at the end of the video in a playlist. And then I will also be, after the unboxing, reviewing the doll itself, and then of course giving my final thoughts. If you're interested in any of those particular sections and not interested in the whole thing, there should be timestamps down below that will direct you to the individual sections of this video. Of course, I'd love if you would stick around with me for the whole thing, but if not, I totally understand. With that being said, I think that's all of the preamble done, so I think we can go ahead and get on to the doll themselves, which is of course very exciting. So today we are going to be doing Catlyn, I think it's Catlyn, the cat Pixling, which is super exciting. So first of all, she was chosen by a vote on my last video. So how I'm going to be doing this is I'm going to write a comment in the comment section down below for each of the individual dolls. So if you'd like to see a particular doll unboxed next, just like that comment to vote for it, and then that will be the next one that gets posted onto my channel. This is part of the Shimmerverse series. As I was saying, this is series 2, but you can also see that this is wave 1 because these are all the original release dolls for series 2. I'm still not 100% sure on what the deal is with wave 2 because I haven't seen them in person, so I don't know if they're just online or if these got clearanced out in order to make room for wave 2 to come into the stores. I'm not sure because with series 1, wave 1 and 2 were on the shelves at the same time, and you just kind of had to look at the bottle to see which one it was. But these ones also have a little bit more obvious of a gimmick to tell you who's inside, whereas series 1 just had a gem here and you had to know what color you were looking for, but this one shows you straight up their symbol, which is what matches on their forehead, so they're pretty easy to distinguish. But I will say I did purchase one of these from Walmart for $6, and then because I forgot that this was the one that I had, and there's a tiger character which is a very similar color scheme to her, and so I thought that I was ordering the tiger character. I ended up with a second Catlyn. This one I purchased off of Amazon for $8. Again, it was because I was trying to finish my set. I ordered this one and the last one that I needed, which was the Phoenix, at the same time. When they arrived, I realized that it was the wrong one. However, because it was $6 and $8 and I really like carrying my Pixlings with me, I'm actually just going to keep both of them. So I will be doing a double unboxing today, especially because there is, however unlikely, a small possibility of a super rare in here. So even though I already have no hopes of getting it, might as well open both of them. I mean, it was less for the two of them than it would be to pay for one brand new. So, you know, what the hey. Especially because I already have, I've actually thrifted my duplicates, but I do already have actually two Unias here. I know, they're a little bit weird Barbied. Neither of them have their outfits, and then this one is missing a horn, and then this one has, marker all over her face. But believe it or not, this is actually much better than she started out as. She's had some good scrubs and looked a lot better. I actually probably will try and put a picture in here if I remember what I'm editing to put the picture of the before in here. But so I love Pixlings. I love their size. They're great for just throwing in my bag, taking with me in my pocket at work. So that's why I was like, you know what, at this point it's such a hassle to do returns to Amazon, and technically I could do the return to Walmart, but the Walmart one was the $6 one, so like I might as well just keep them both at this point. I don't know how often I've mentioned it. I probably at least mention it in the videos with like Torlai and Caddy, but I am a really big fan of cats, cat girls specifically, and like dolls that are cat themed. So I'm very excited about Catlyn. So I was like, if there's one of them to have two of, it's definitely the cat one. So I'm very excited about that. Again, here's just a quick look at her bottle. She does have this gem here at the top. So again, the crescent moons have this lenticular design, which shows which one you have inside. So this is the symbol for Catlyn. And I think that's pretty much it. Really simple intro. Well, I get everything ready though, because of course I have to get my like water and towels and all that stuff. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Do all those fun YouTube things. They really help out the channel, especially if you enjoy the content. It's the best way for the algorithm to know to put my videos back on your feed. So thank you so much, and we will see you in a few minutes. Of course, for you, that'll be instantaneous, but for me, it'll be a few minutes. So here they are up close. So we have, it says Magic Mixies Pixlings, now with the shimmer reveal, which means this has the sparkle reveal. Pixlings magically appear. Who will you magically make? But we know we will magically be making Catlyn, again, because of this lenticular moon up here. And then on the tag, it does say, one vessel, one small doll, one set of ingredients, one instruction manual, and one collector's guide. And then on the back, it says, welcome to the Shimmerverse. Enter a new magical realm where Pixlings, Pixies, and mini Mixies live together and spread magic across the world, leaving a little sparkle wherever they go. Mix the potion and say the magic words to start the shimmer reveal. Your Pixlings will magically appear. And mix your potion and the Pixling will magically appear. Again, this is the limited edition Pixling, which, because as you can see, I have two of them. They are otherwise identical on the outside. However, there is actually a batch code on the bottom. So you can see that there are one number right here and then one here. This number here that's printed on the bottom is actually different between these two dolls. I'm assuming that is literally just a batch code thing. Again, I did get one from Walmart and one from Amazon, so I am not expecting anything out of this, but how crazy would that be if I did manage to get one of the rarer? So it would be so much fun. But again, I am not holding my breath for that. I just think that it would be fun. And again, I am more than happy just having two Catlyns anyway, because again, I think she's going to be a super adorable doll. But I don't think I really have anything else to say. I think I'm going to go ahead and start unboxing.
I've never had them fail on me before. That's so weird. And you can, that's, the heck?
I genuinely don't know what happened. So I will say that this one on, like, because I had the 2 jars here, right? This left one was normal, plain, regular water. And this one over here was actually some reused water from another Pixling. And I was like, I'll experiment with the 2 since I'm running 2 side by side, so I can see the difference of what happens if I use reclaimed water to see if I can just use the same water the rest of the time and not waste as much water, or if I need to use fresh water the entire time. This one on the right, when it failed, that, you know, like I said, it was an experiment. The fact that they both failed and I had to like literally like shake it in order to get it to start mixing, and then the second I pour that mix back into this tub, it just dissolves and it all goes back to this like clear-ish water. I have no idea what happened. I genuinely don't know what happened, because again, also like there was I spilled some water on the first one, so like there was plenty of reasons for this the jug that was on this side to fail, but I have no idea why the jug on this side failed. And I guess just don't open 2 at once. I guess that was a mistake. I don't know. I apologized about that. I mean, I've seen them fail before when other people have done them, but I don't know. So I guess word of warning, don't reuse water, and don't do more than 1 at once. So even though the reveal utterly failed, you can see that we also got identical twins. We did not get the rare Pixling. Again, perfectly acceptable. Pretty much what I expected. Again, I wasn't holding my breath or anything. I just thought it'd be kind of nice. But here is their guide. It says, you've created Catlyn, the cat Pixling. Cosmic element is starlight. Potion power, dazzling wishes. Catlyn's eyes sparkle with cat-like curiosity, while her fashions are perfectly posh. She's ready to leap to the stars to ensure everyone's wish comes true. And then you can scan here for ideas on what to reuse your bottle for. This is the same story that's on the back of the bottle. And then here is the infographic that shows you which dolls are available, which Unia the Rainbow Star we've already unboxed. And then I do have Faye, Morena, and Fiona ready to be unboxed. Like I said, whichever one you'd like to see open next, just leave a like on the comment down below with the matching name, and I will be opening that one next on the channel, whichever one gets the most votes. From here on out, we can just act as if it's one doll since they are both going to be identical. So we'll pick up our Catlyn here. Now, this is something that I was curious about and is answered right here, as they do have tinsel in their hair. So far, all of the Shimmerverse series dolls that I had opened have been a special doll of some kind. So either like the Target exclusive Angelica, or the one that came with a unicorn, or one of the magic hair ones. So like I wasn't sure. They had all had tinsel, and I felt like that was kind of a connecting string between the Shimmerverse dolls, but I wasn't 100% sure. But seeing it in Catlyn's hair does answer that yes, all the Shimmerverse dolls do have hair, or do have tinsel in their hair. I also have Winter here, which was actually the very first special edition release one. Flitto was also a special release. They were a Walmart exclusive, but they weren't like a special edition. They were still the same kind of like bottle style and the same price as like the regular ones. But then you had Angelica and Winter that were both Target ones that were a little bit more deluxe, so they were a little bit more expensive. And Winter did have the tinsel hair, but she is the only one from series 1 that has the tinsel hair, but everyone from series 2 has had tinsel. I'm just letting you guys know all that because I know tinsel can be really controversial when it comes to dolls. I don't mind it if it's integrated well, and I do believe that with the Pixlings it is integrated well, especially with them having like small hair anyway and not really something that's gonna probably get a lot of restyling out of it. As usual, it is super soft and no gel or anything because of it being in the tube. She does have actually a pretty unique hairstyle that I really like, which is this braid. It is twisted all the way around to the back side and then tied back, and then the rest of it is down in these kind of loose curls. So it's really pretty. It is a mix of purple and blue, mostly purple with just some streaks of blue, and then the gold tinsel. They do actually have ears up at the top, which are cat ears, and they have like crystal designs in both, which are really pretty. I love that the Pixlings each have like unique like head sculpts and like unique ears and other features. She does not have lower ears, which is nice, so they are definitely her ears and not like her wearing any like decorations or anything like that. Her symbol is a star here in the middle, and there are little stars around the outside, which again, the Shimmerverse all seem to have these extra designs around the outside of their gem. She has pink eyebrows, and then purple and blue eyeshadow over golden eyes, and then she has these little like yellow whisker designs on her cheeks, which are super cute. And she has light pink lips with a slight open mouth, and on her nose is a little heart. I'm assuming that's supposed to give her the like cat nose. As you can see, this one is a little bit off. This one is a little bit more centered on her nose, so that is a possibility that screening could be slightly off, which of course is one of those things that, you know, does come with them being completely mystery dolls. Again, thankfully we do know which doll we're getting, but things like, you know, wonk and stuff like that are hard to tell. Now, I'm not usually one that's super picky when it comes to the faces, and like I kind of take the like the 5 feet rule, right? If you can't tell from this far away, it's not really that big of a deal. But I will say this one definitely seems to be lined up a little bit better than this one. So that's just something that you may experience, especially if that's something that bothers you. But again, for getting these for as cheap as I did, it doesn't really bother me. And then she has a collar, which has the star design on it, and then the little bell, which we did drop that bell in when making her potion. And then she has these blue ruffle sleeves on a purple top with a gold star in the middle, and then gold clasps on either side of it. Again, all of the Pixlings do have these molded on tops unless they're a special edition of some kind. And then she has a fabric skirt, which is this shiny material, and then an upper layer, which is mesh with gold stars on it. No sort of divider or anything to keep it from flying up, although most of the time, because of the sculpted on tops, they don't really slide around too much, which is pretty nice. She does have some other cat features, like this cat tail back here, which is attached to her, and does not appear to come out, which is nice. She does have some purple spots, but it's mostly pink to match her skin tone. And then there's some purple spots on her legs on either side. And then these purple and gold shoes. I really like this like rope design around it, again with the bell and then the star signs. And then the toes are gold while the rest of the shoe is purple. And then there's this cute little peekaboo moment here that looks like a little kitty paw. When I was originally recording, I forgot to look at the bottom of the shoe because they were sitting on the stand. but there's actually a paw here on the bottom of the sole as well. Speaking of paws, this doll does have pawed hands, which is unique to this doll. All the other ones have had regular hands, but she does have paws. There is a little bit of a ruffle at the edge of the paw that could indicate that these are gloves and not her hands. But considering as the rest of her features are permanently cat-like, I'm not entirely sure what the intent was on these, if they're supposed to be like mascot hands or if they're supposed to be her hands. Again, the ruffle to me kind of feels like gloves, and they are a different color because her tail and ears are the same color as the rest of her body, but then her paws are a different color, and they match more the top color. So it is very possible that those are intended to be gloves. I am also just noticing the fur detail here on her tail, as well as these like little spikes that kind of look like diamonds, which are really cute. And I do love the posability of the tail. Here is just a look at the other ones, so you can see that they are the same. There's not really any variation on them, like I said, other than that little bit of the nose printing, but their eyes are both in the correct spot as far as I can tell. So at least, you know, it only does go a little bit. I just like to point it out because it's something that may affect other people's enjoyment, but it does not personally affect mine. So there is my quick little Catlyn review. I hope you enjoyed, even though the potion did fail. Again, I'm hoping that's just from me, and that's not something that you will experience. Again, I have seen other people's potions fails, but I haven't been watching series 2, so I don't know how often that happens with series 2. I don't know if maybe I was just being impatient. I don't know if it's because I made the 2 dolls at the same time and you really just need to only make one because maybe the potion sitting there for too long, it didn't want to activate. I don't know. Again, I do apologize about that. I'm happy with the dolls, and at the end of the day, that's the more important part. I do apologize if the potions failing kind of affected my composure. I'm just not great when things don't go exactly according to plan. But again, at the end of the day, I am happy with the dolls that I have. I think they're really gorgeous. It's really nice to see the purple in the lineup because, as you can kind of see if we look at all of them overall, it's very pink and yellow focused. She still does have pink in her like skin tone, but I definitely put them more on this end of the spectrum, kind of in between these like blue dolls, because again, even the blue dolls have like a heavy pink basis. So like I understand that the Pixlings are going to be biased towards pink, and I'm okay with that. I love pink. I do like the actual kind of like consistency across, that they all kind of have this like blended color together and they kind of make this spectrum. But again, I do like having a more purple doll to add into that, because we have, I would say, like mostly pink, a few kind of yellow base, and then some blue base, and of course the one white. But it's nice to have this more color into the spectrum. Catlyn to me is really a good example of a cat doll. She's not like over the top, but she does have like all those kind of features you'd expect, like the ears and the tail. I do like that the tail is nice and secure, like I can't just tug it out, so I don't have to worry about that being something that I'm always chasing around. No pun intended. I love the sculpting in her ears, like that's such a cute extra detail. And just again, overall, just a really nice, well done doll. Not surprising coming from Pixlings, because I obviously love all of them and I cannot wait to finish up this collection. So once again, thank you so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We will see you very soon in the next one. Bye. Stick around to see what toy we unbox next. Also, if you guys have any idea what to name the other Catlyn twin, just leave it down in the comments down below. I'm just looking for some fun ideas.